Hello. Welcome to a tutorial video. Now, a lot of newcomers might not be used to what potentials are when it comes to Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, but I will give to you the knowledge that I have acquired throughout playing this game from scratch. I did not learn about potentials through guides. I learned it on my own because that's usually how I play new video games. But this system is quite extensively difficult to grasp. I will talk about potentials, how to get them, the ways to get them, including, and also how to maximize your potentials and how to equip them efficiently. And I will start off with what are potentials.
たまにはのんびりしますか。
I agree,
用があっ
Martha.
たらいつでもどうぞ。
I will go through it step by step, Monica. Don't worry. Everyone will understand it. So, potentials are little tiny stat boost increases that by themselves don't really offer much, but when you combine them with a bunch of different potentials, can really change how well your girl performs in a volleyball match. So, for example, you have some stat boosts that increase stats and some that decrease stats. So, you have some that increases stats in terms of your potential of driving a point value in order to win rounds during a volleyball match, which is important since you want to have more points in order to succeed in scoring or defending against your enemy in a volleyball match. There's some that activate based on certain actions. So, like, some potentials activate based on receiving, some potentials activate based on attacking or receiving, and there's some that activates only when you win. The three main types that I just described here are going to be associated with the following. You have stamina based potentials, which is the most popular, is the ones that decrease your stamina usage. So this is important to be a stat decrease because you do not want to expend a lot of stamina in a short period of time in a volleyball match. So you would use these potentials, which is called stamina consumption reduction, in a way to where it reduces your stamina output. So the other kinds of stat increases are flashy technique and I believe hidden power. These both activate on receive or attacking in a volleyball match. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, they will activate. This will also drive up stamina usage as well, which is why stamina from within is very important. So, with that being said, there's also another one called it's the one where you use when you are attacked with tech. It increases your tech score. So I will go into it to see what it is because I kind of forgot the name of it myself. Um, so in order to see what potentials your girl has, you would go into outfits, festival outfits. When you have the girl that you want to view, or you can change to the girl you want to view. And then you go to potential. Now you might see these numbers here by potential as a little bit as suspicious, and you're right to suspicious them because this is your potential, if that makes sense. You can only equip as many potentials as the amount of potential points you have available. This is governed by the different accessories. Some accessories will offer a different amount of potential points. So as you can see here, when I hit over to head, it goes from swimsuit to head, and it changes from level to PP. So these are your potential points. There's some potentials that take more points in order to be equipped and used in a volleyball match. So this is why everyone will probably tell you to use the SSR accessories because these offer the most potential points, as you can see. The lowest they can offer is 17 and the highest they can offer is 19. And if you go down to SR, the lowest, I believe the lowest that you can get is like a 13 or a 12 in SR. And the highest you can get is a 14 point potential points. So, with that being known, here you can see that it clearly maps out how many potential points you have for each accessory here. So the goal is to maximize the potential points as much as you can without going over, obviously, because that's kind of like your end game thing there. You don't want to go over the 14 here because you can't do it because that's your limit, and you can only increase that limit by going for SSR in this case. You can also go for R accessories as well. I believe the smallest I've seen is 5, and I think 10 is the max for R accessories, which is very important for new girls. Like, they're not going to have great potentials to start off with anyways. So you equip them just by clicking on the potential on this side and moving it over to the empty space with enough points that you can see in the corner of each potential over here. The little numbers that's right here. So once you equip them, they are equipped. As you can see, I already have some here. You can see there's some that's different colors. I'll get into that later. But that's how potentials work, and that's how you can see what potentials your girl has is by clicking on potential and going through the list and seeing what you actually have. Unconcealable charm is another type of point potential that increases your tension in order to activate tension burst, which is the little cutscene that you see with both your girls doing a cool pose and showing a splash screen at the end of it and boosting your stats. It doesn't really change much of anything. These are really useful the most in butt battle. And you can level these up as well to increase your potential in butt battles. Because, in my opinion, in the actual volleyball game, it's very minimum. Like, I had Hanukkah with all the maxed out APL or appeal potential, including some bromides and the actual suit itself. I could not burst after one hit for the life of me, so it's a waste of time to go for unconcealable charm if you're trying to use it in a volleyball match. So use those only for butt battles. Back to the matter at hand. Now you might wonder, how do I acquire such potentials? And the answer is very simple, but also very difficult. It's simple in terms of knowing how to get them. It's difficult in terms of actually acquiring them. So I will show you the first method that you should be familiar with. And you will click on girls and go to profile. You'll click on the girl that you're trying to see what potentials you're trying to acquire for. If you're a new person, that'll probably be like the first few girls you have. And you will click on level up rewards. As you can see, I already have received a bunch of these because she's already level 86, and I'm currently trying to get 87. But as you can see, when you scroll down, there's a lot of different rewards you can get. The most useful ones would probably be the V stones, in my opinion. Um, Other than that, you have potentials here. It's called Natural Receiver. That's the one. Um, so with these here, you have to be level 14 in order to acquire this, and then you can actually equip it as a potential for your girl. This is the easy method to acquire potentials. I mean, level up the girls and you get potentials. It's pretty straightforward. The more difficult way is going to be acquiring them through SRs and SSRs. And I will explain those now. If you click on outfits, skill awakening, or actually first festival outfits, so you will know how to see what potentials you're going to get before you just awaken the suit. So here I have a bunch of different outfits here, but I do not know what I might want or if something's going to be worth it or not, that kind of stuff. So when you hover your mouse over the outfits, you can see there's three different types of skills that's in the general vicinity of the information for this suit. So you see two A's and you see one P as far as the skills go. The one you're going to acquire is going to be the ones marked with P. Now, if it's a standard naming for the potential, in this case it is, since it says stamina from within, you want to pay attention to the number 4. That is going to be your main point here for this lesson. If it's a standard naming convention, you always want to pay attention to the number. Because if you already acquired stamina from within 4, you will not get another one. And it won't also do anything to the one you originally acquired. You will just be awakening the suit basically for its looks or for the suit's maximum potential, so to speak. Um, so if I were to awaken this to the max, stamina from within 4 has a maximum potential of 27%. This suit will only see 11% of that. So now, knowing this little tidbit of information, the ones you want to go for with a standard naming convention for the maximum potential output will be 5. So standard naming conventions is going to be like your stamina from within or um, flashy technique. And you also have the power one, which is going to be hidden power. You always want it to be a 5 for the maximum effect, because those max out at 27 versus 24. And with that bit of information, I'm going to go ahead and go over to Skill Awakening. I'm not going to awaken an SSR, but I'm going to awaken an SR, just because I don't have the materials for it right now. And so let's say there's like a suit I really, really wanted to skill awaken to get the potential. See, with the SRs, you click on that, and sometimes you will have these awakening gems that are SRs for the suit itself. You want to use those. This is the best way to acquire decent but low costing potentials. As you can see, it maxes out at 6%. And now you have the butterfly stamina for Yukino in this case. So then I will go here, change over to Yukino here. This is the newest girl I have, and I already have her at level 70 versus some other girls. That's quite funny. Anyways, here we go. We got Butterfly Stamina. So now her stamina consumption, whatever she decides to do, is going to be reduced by 6%. Which you might look at that, especially when you in a volleyball match and would say, I do not notice this at all. And you will be right, because 6% is not a lot. You need at least 3 of these in order to really maximize its effect. And as you can see, I'm already at 10 out of 14, so I cannot even add another one. That's a 5. So I guess I'll just add Angel Spike. And since her power was actually pretty decent, as you can see. So that's the brief explanation on how to acquire potentials. If you want to awaken SSRs, you will need SSR crystals or the same copies of the SSRs in order to awaken them, in order to get their potentials. Every now and then there's a thing called cross awakening, which means if the girl that you're trying to awaken with the suit does not have any more copies, but you got the suit and by another girl, like say I wanted Yukino's SSR, but I got Yukino's one time, and then I got Marie Rose SSR, and I didn't want it that SSR from Marie Rose, but there's cross awakening going on. So all you have to do is unlock the suit by using this method here. Make sure lock mode is checked in, and you see the little lock icon. You can just click on that, and it goes away. This is also how you can get rid of suits in order to acquire awakening gems. Also, if you have maxed out suits, you can also use those maxed out suits to immediately produce an awakening gem. Like say for heavens, an event is done and you don't want the suit anymore, or you don't have a use for it. You got a tech suit on a Power Girl, and you want to get rid of the suit after awakening it. And you can just unlock it and get 50 VIP coins, which is the cost of a SSR Awakening Gem. Okay, so back to potential, the topic of this video. So I acquired some statimas. I also have a power here that I actually do want to equip here. I would like to give the warning that if you're not in Asia, this system is kind of slow. So if your UI is a bit slow, it's not because of your internet. It's actually because you're in a different country, probably far away from there, and it's just lag. But if you're in Asia, then probably this UI is a lot more snappy, since a lot of things is very much reliant on the server. So now I want to awaken this, or not awaken, but increase the power of this. Why is this one yellow and this one's pink? I'm gonna get into that right now. So after acquiring the potentials that you want, there's certain times, certain events that you have the access to rock climbing chapters, and they are time limited events. So what you want to do is first go to event shop. They do give these away free too as well, but sometimes you have to get extras, and they don't give away enough for you to be able to rock climb everything. So you will need an item called Guts Drink. I already have 245 of them. I also have the event currency that I need for the amount due in order to buy them. I'm just going to go ahead and show that I'm actually buying them. So you know you would need these in order to participate in the very critically needed rock climbing. Now you actually have to go to events and then rock climbing in order to access rock climbing. which is very odd because a bit of events you can actually access from the home screen. So here you would just go to the girl that you want to rock climb. So in this case, it'll be Yukino. But I'm gonna show what happens when you go to a different girl first. So like say like I wanted to do Nanami. The first time you click on a girl, you get a free potential. It's called Diamond, whatever potential, with whatever number it is, and they're always going to be 5. These are great because they don't require keys to upgrade. As you can see, I have one on 1 right now, and it doesn't require a key. However, if I wanted to rock climb another one outside of the diamond one, is going to require a key. Now, how do you get the keys? Very simple. Play event matches, get enough points, you buy them in the event shop. They already maxed mine out. As you can see, I have 19. I'll just show you that it actually is in the listing here right quick. It should be right underneath these. You get these called difficult route keys. And they expire at the time they expire, so don't forget to use them. You also get them from event matches and actually rock climbing potentials to the maximum. It's best to wait till you get to the maximum because you get quite a few keys on top of the ones you get from the event shop. You can buy 10 usually per event, and I guess you get an extra 13-ish, I would like to say, by doing other event related items or tasks. So for here, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Yukino and continue. So I do not want to awaken the Diamond Power 9 for Yukino. I know I keep saying awakening when it's actually just powering up, but bear with me. Um, so you're gonna need to have enough of these guts drinks. I needed 12. I already have a 247, so I'm good to go. So there's a lot of things that happen with rock climbing. I will explain each one as you see them. So as you can see, there's other girls on the screen besides Yukino. Yukino's wearing her private outfit here. Um, as you can see, there's green numbers and the white numbers. And there's also a bar up here. So the white numbers is what it costs to make the next portion of the climb, which will take away from the girl's stamina as shown here. The green numbers represent instant recovery while she's climbing. So these green numbers are never going to really equal zeros to where you're not using any stamina, but they will reduce the amount of stamina needed and FP drinks required to make the climb to the top. Because your girl will have more points remaining at the end of it. So you don't need quite as many guts drink in order to maximize the effect. And it's very nice to watch the girls climb, so I just wanted to put that out there. That's one of the good things they did about this game. I love it. Um, as you can see, this is Hidden Power 6. This is a new girl though, so I do not have a Hidden Power 5. So I'm just gonna tough it out with the 24% for this one. And as you can see, the star level went up to 4. The SSR potentials maxes out at 7. But I'm going to show why this actually turned yellow right quick. So as you can see here, this one's an 8. It requires no key. And it requires this much to get to the top. And I only have these many points right now. They call them guts points. So you need guts drinks in order to increase that pool. So since I know I have some recovery, I'll probably be able to get away with 42.57. So I was gonna try that out. That might work. I might be able to save myself a drink or two. As you can see, the other two girls are behind there. I'll get into why the green points are actually there after this. Now, there's a lot of things you can do here. You can stop the girl from climbing, and go ahead and take a view if you want. You can click on change view. A lot of cool views here. You can click on the girl, make them look at the camera for special shots. I mean, there's just a lot of things you can do. You cannot click on the numbers in order to keep the girl from climbing, which is a little weird to me. But you can also just click on auto on and then auto off again. Because some poses when they're rock climbing are very, very good. Um, you can also click on the other girls if you wanted to. But the main attraction is Yukino climbing right now. And it takes quite a minute for it to get to the top. But to keep this video okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. This is what happens when you do not have enough guts points. You can click out of it and go back to event to go to the event shop, or you can go to festivals to get enough points to purchase guts drinks and then add points here. And then you can continue the challenge, or you can retire it and waste a whole bunch of drinks that you probably put into her rock climbing. See, I miscalculated there. I thought I had enough, but I didn't. Okay. So I'm going to go into why those green numbers were there and how you can increase those green numbers. So if you ever looked at the patch notes, sometimes they'll actually tell you there how it works as well. But you need to have the girls equipped with trendy items, which trendy items are usually like special accessories or special outfits that contribute to rock climbing. They will act as quick, instant recovery to where the girl isn't expending as much guts points, and that pretty much explains everything in my opinion. You basically need to acquire them from the event shop. They usually cost 100, whatever type of event currency it is. That's for the week, and you have to equip them on the girl. Which you have to remember when you unequip accessories or equip different accessories, you have to put in the potentials again, or put in different potentials depending on the point pool that you have. And I know that's kind of difficult the way I explained it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show what I mean. So like if I click here on festival outfits, which is a shortcut to get into outfits, and clicking on festival outfits, I can just go ahead and equip a different potential. As you can see, I have 38 of 43, so if I equip a different accessory, as you can see, it went down to 26 out of over 45. I wonder what happened. All my potentials were taken off because I equipped a different accessory. So that means I also have to remember what I had equipped to begin with. The reason why that happens is if you have a SSR accessory and you switch to an SR, the game is not going to know what potentials you're gonna want to have equipped there. So it's just gonna erase the whole thing so you can start over. I do think it's a little weird that if it's the same point potential points, that it just resets everything anyways, but that's a dev side thing there. Yeah, it's a little inconveniencing that, you know, you have to remember what you had equipped. But as you can see, this turned from pink to yellow. It's because I actually upgraded it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it going until I max it out. Though there is different animations for the tough route versus the regular rock climb without the tough route keys. Just putting that out there. But yeah, that's basically how potentials work, and this is how you upgrade them. I still find it very odd I can't click on the numbers to make them rock climb. Because sometimes you might want to catch a certain moment and you want to hit pause. See, like here, like maybe who knows? Maybe I wanted to get a specific moment where it looks like she's reaching for the next part or something. But I have to remember to turn auto on or just hit pause, I guess, or restart the whole entire rock climbing. And just a food for thought for the devs if they're watching this ever. Um, but like yeah, rock climbing is great for screenshots and looking at the models break over and over again. Now, potentials work better on certain girls versus others based on their native stat type. Like, there's some girls that's gonna be more accustomed to tech, some's gonna be more accustomed to POW, and some gonna be more accustomed to stamina. But stamina is kind of like that gray area. Like, really, there's no real girl that's really gonna take advantage of stamina. It's not like an attack type. Only thing stamina does is basically make sure the girl can last longer in a volleyball match without stamina reduction. That is, it's not really useful for girls to have stamina reduction, in my opinion, unless you're trying to keep stats higher. If stats doesn't activate all the time, like bromides, for example. That'd be the only use case scenario for stamina on top of stamina. Stamina stat and stamina reduction, that is. In my experience, it's not very viable. And click again. Let's go. Alright. You can also hit all skip. You can hit shoot here. You can zoom in. You can zoom out. You can twist to the sides. All of the great stuff. You can also hit the W on your keyboard to pause time. I think rock climbing is a really cool feature. We just don't see it enough. You can also put girls in different outfits in order to, have them rock climb as well. Just click here, potential participating outfit, and just click on private outfits. And you can change the suit that they're wearing. Also, you have to click on this in order for most of this stuff to activate, as a heads up. So, as you can see, it turned from yellow to blue. Blue, this means that it's maxed out and you cannot upgrade it anymore. So it's official. My Yukino has a maxed out point potential. I guess out of all things considered, I guess PP would stand for potential points. And if you, it's basically representative of the cost. If you ever play Kingdom Hearts, it's the same thing as equipping abilities, or I believe it's called abilities, where you had like a cost and a maximum amount of cost that you can just add abilities to until you reach that, or close you could to that. Anyways, that's how potentials work, and that's how you upgrade them. You equip them by going to outfits, festival outfits, and potentials. Potential. So you click on it, you click from over here, you move it over here. If anything's grayed out, that means you can equip it there because it's going over the potential points that the accessory supports. As always, it's best to work on your mains first, then work on your supports. Work on your attackers first, then work on your supports. If you're looking to build attackers, you always want to focus hidden power and slash or flashy technique. It's always great to go for the ones that have unique names, such as this one. This one has a unique name, but this is a birthday suit, so that's the poor example. Or ones like this. This is not a birthday suit. This is a free to obtain suit. It's called Zip Power. Zip Power is also a 13 PP, which means it maxes out at 27. If you have any potentials that has a PP rating of 13, those are the best ones to get because they max out at 27%. And if they max out at 27%, that means for 13 potential points, you can equip them for a 27% stat boost or reduction in stamina, or a stat boost on receive in terms of natural receiver. We don't really get many natural receivers too, so it's not really a thing you should strive to obtain for a defense girl. So all that stuff being said, potentials are useful for increasing your girl's basic stats during volleyball matches, and they also increase the likelihood of you winning games in the long run. If you do not have potentials equipped, you need to equip them. If you don't max out SR suits, you need to max them out. They're the ones that certain events offer, and sometimes you can max out the girls personal SRs as well, but I believe those are the 8 PP skills, so that will just depend on your preference if you want to max those out. You can also get rid of those just to get the Venus coins to obtain other items from the girls shop. You click on shop, click on girls or Venus shop, and that's how you get to the Venus shop. Um, Other than that, that will probably conclude this tutorial video. If you have any questions, the comment space is open, and the description will also contain helpful links to other experts, probably more expert than me at this game. I mean, I only in arena I only seem to have gotten up to 700, so clearly there's some I can take some lessons still. But I think in terms of potentials, I think I'm okay. Um, but yeah, potentials. If I were to give this a standard rating, the potential system is very difficult, but very easy. Easy to understand, difficult to perfect. In terms of actual using it to your advantage. Mostly because it takes a long time to acquire potentials, and then it takes a longer time to maximize the ones you want to actually use. And real world, as you can see from me using Yukino, to max out one potential, I went from 21 keys to 13. So you need quite a few rock climbing events to maximize most potentials. That took me 8 keys. So you need at least 8 keys to maximize a SSR potential. You also need 8 keys to maximize a 5-point potential as well. So it's just all a matter of preference, I guess. Anyways, though, we'll conclude this video. Um, Thank you for watching, and more content is coming soon.